Hi everyone, I'm Janet and welcome to my Overstrand Life YouTube channel and another of my recipes. While I provide you with an introduction, I'll show you a selection of my photos taken in and around our village of Overstrand during the seasons of autumn and winter. Today I'm using a different format to my videos for lamb stifado and broad beans with yoghurt and dill, both of which are available on my channel. Rather than filming, I'll be illustrating the recipe with a succession of photos to demonstrate the recipe. So rather than a vlog, a video log, then maybe I should call this a plog, a photo log. Using photos has proven to be far easier than trying to film and cook at the same time, with the risk of the camera lens steaming up. As we progress into autumn and head towards winter, I change the foods I prepare and cook. Today's recipe for pork with celery is definitely one for the colder days. Like so many of my recipes, this one originates from dishes we ate in Greece. Pork with celery was Peter's choice when we ate at a small taverna in a village on the Peloponnese. Not the most colourful of dishes, Peter was, however, totally impressed with the flavours. I tried some from his plate, and oh yes, this was very tasty, and of course I wish I'd ordered it too. I'm pretty good at determining the ingredients of dishes, so back home I recreated the pork with celery, which is the recipe I'm sharing with you today. So here we go, starting with the basic ingredients, which I'll list in the descriptor, together with quantities, the method, plus some serving suggestions too. So here we have a head of celery, diced shoulder of pork, sprigs of fresh thyme, fennel seed, juniper berries, chicken stock, an onion, olive oil, Greek of course, and salt and pepper to season. Before you start, heat your oven to gas 4 or 180 degrees C. The first step is to peel and slice the onion and wash and chop the entire celery head, discarding the base. I should add here that if it had been available at our local greengrocer, I would have chosen what is termed as dirty celery. Unfortunately, this is becoming more and more difficult to procure. Dirty celery comes with all the leaves and, as the name implies, residual soil too. With dirty celery, once washed, all the leaves are chopped up with the stems and incorporated into the dish. We're now ready to heat some olive oil in an oven-proof casserole or pan which has a lid, and fry the diced pork in batches. You could use other cuts of pork other than shoulder, but I find this has a good flavour and texture and worth the initial process of trimming away the fat and any connective tissue. Once lightly browned, move each batch of the pork to a dish or a plate while you carry on frying the diced pork. When all the meat is browned, reduce the heat, a little more olive oil to the pan, and sweat the sliced onion until it has softened. Then add the chopped celery and stir in with the onion and cook for a few more minutes. Now add the sprigs of thyme, fennel seeds and juniper berries to the pan, plus a light seasoning of freshly ground pepper and some salt. Incorporate all these into the onion and celery. Bear in mind, if you're using shop-bought stock, this can be salty, in which case leave adding any salt until the end of the cooking process. Return the diced brown pork to the pan, stirring everything together. Now for the final ingredient, the chicken stock. Pour in enough to cover all the ingredients and stir again. I'm not a fan of stock cubes or those little pots. I prefer to use my own homemade stock. However, if I don't have any in the freezer, I use a branded stock, usually one sold in a can. Cover the pan with a lid and put in your preheated oven for about 1.5 hours until the pork is tender, stirring from time to time. If it looks as though it's drying out, just add a little bit more stock. Here is the final photo, the finished dish. Yes, I totally agree, it does look rather dull and uninteresting, just as it did when Peter was served it in Greece. But why not taste first before you judge? I think you'll find the combination of the shoulder of pork, a flavoursome cut, along with the onion, celery, herbs and stock, result in a tasty dish. I've suggested some vegetables in the descriptor to serve with the pork and celery, which will add colour and interest to your plates. Finally, thank you for watching, and if you enjoy warming casseroles, then why not take a look at my video for lamb stivado.